Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Natalie Candela, hypnotherapist and a transformation coach. And on this channel I talk about hypnosis, transformation, and spiritual awakening. And today I'd like to talk to you about compassion. And more specifically, compassion for what's happening right now on the planet. We are in 2021, we're going through hopefully the end of COVID and the end of the shutdown and return to some sort of new normal life. But as we are going through this, and especially as we've been going through 2020 from the beginning of COVID, I've been noticing, and I think all of us really see it, a lot of very strong feelings and very strong emotions that people have on all sides of the issue. There are very strong emotions about whether or not we should be on lockdown or some sort of reduced capacity within society, whether or not we should wear masks, whether or not we should get vaccinated, and everything in between. And so there is a lot of passionate views flying around, and people are feeling quite divided because of that, because we are taking these sides that may be on the extreme end of the spectrum about the issue. And so what I would like to present to you and offer to you as something to consider is that reality, while we're living in duality, we're living in the world of duality, so it's very normal that issues come up where we see it from one side or another. Earth is just a planet of duality, so that's kind of a given. We enter it agreeing to have duality, to have the light and the dark. But what I want to offer is that there is not just a dichotomy to our duality, meaning that it's not just either one or the other, that there is in fact a spectrum to everything. And there is in fact not sort of a two-dimensionality to every issue, that we exist in a multi-dimensional world. And so every issue is a little bit more complex than what we see it. But beyond that is that when we're looking at the world, we're really looking and seeing just a small part of the whole. So at no time do we really understand the great big picture of life that's unfolding in front of us. So when we're making those judgments, wherever we are in the spectrum, when we're making those judgments about the issue, that we may be making a judgment just about maybe a 10% of the entirety of the issue. So to put it quite plainly, everything is not always what it seems. Now, when I say that, I don't mean to invoke conspiracy theories. There may be conspiracies. Quite likely there are. I don't go into that. What I mean to say is that our ability to understand the world is at this point somewhat limited, that we're seeing things only mostly at a physical level, but there are multidimensional things happening, and the bigger picture is quite bigger than the little thing that we may be looking at. So if you are perhaps feeling that way as well, or if you're willing to just take that into consideration, then what I'm inviting you to do is to have some heart-opened compassion to the entirety of the mess that we're in. This is, in fact, a very messy time. It's intended to be a messy time. We are cleaning up the mess that we have accumulated for at least hundreds of years, all that dark, old energy that we've lived in, that we're now starting to break away from so that we can begin to build a much lighter, much brighter future. Before we begin to build it, we really have to clean up the mess. And so, in fact, all the things that are happening now are in integrity with that intention. If our intention is to move forward, then we have to begin to unearth and to look at all the things that are not quite working, that we don't want to take with us into the future. We don't want to take with us broken healthcare system into the future. Or maybe we don't want to take an educational system that's not quite to par. We don't want to take criminal system that doesn't really help people rehabilitate. So everything, we don't want to take the government that's just not working. So everything that is coming to our attention that's not working, it is quite in integrity with our intention that it should do so at this time. And so COVID has allowed us to just stop and look. So, while we may be very upset with the fact that life has stopped, or that we have been stopped, or that we have been told to sit at home, or we have been told to just not do the things that we wanted to do, there's actually a deeper meaning to that, which has allowed us to really stop and look, which we wouldn't have been able to do if we continued to just go at the pace that we were going. But aside from that, what I want to offer as well is the idea that every person that comes to this planet is viewing life through their own filters, through their own perceptions, and at their own level of frequency, at their own level of consciousness. And so when I say our reality is not dichotomous, what I mean is that each one of us is at some level in the continuum of what reality we're seeing. So just think about that for a moment. People that are seeing life the way we are seeing, and they are actually perceiving reality at their frequency, at the level of their consciousness. Consciousness in a sense that it gives us a window into reality. And so, in a way, we are living at the time in life where we have billions of different windows open, and everybody's seeing a different picture out of their window. And if you have that image in mind, what we're doing then is yelling at the people in the windows next to us. You don't understand that this is the real truth, and you're making it up. Actually, they're not making it up. They're really seeing a true reality. They're just seeing it out of a different window, which may be out of a different frequency than where you are. But they are seeing reality the way they are seeing. And so taking that into account, if you feel sort of heavy and difficult in this time, when there seems to be so much fighting and there seems to be so much emotion surrounding different views and different realities, and we seem to say or to feel, how can you not see what I'm seeing? How can you not? understand that this is the truth and this is not the truth. What I would invite you to do is to just take a breath, just quite literally, just take a breath and breathe it out and release that tension that may be in your chest. Just breathe it out. And then see if you can connect with a feeling of compassion for all the people that are looking out of their windows and that are genuinely trying to see the world for what it is, and that are seeing it at different levels that may be quite far apart from where you are, but they're truly genuinely seeing the reality that they're seeing, and they do not understand how you could be in a different place. We are going through a pretty tough time for the planet as a whole, and it affects all of us personally. Even those of us who understand, this maybe a little bit better than some, that understand sort of the multidimensionality of what's happening better than some. It still affects us. It's still a difficult, heavy time when you are walking through kind of the rubble of what appeared to be as coherent life. But in fact, it really wasn't. We were just sleepwalking through it, and there were all the same injustices and all the same broken system and all the same things happening. We just walked by them and didn't notice them. And 2020 really told us, stop and look. Do you want to take it with you as you're moving forward? So we will continue to go through this mess and through this cleanup of the mess. According to some astrologists and channelers, the time frame for sort of this little bit of heavy energy will be through about 2024, 2025. So we still have a few years to go. It doesn't mean that it's going to be this heavy all the time. It's going to get a little bit lighter as we go on. But we have to really break things down before we start building something new. And so what I really invite you to do is to connect with your heart more than connecting with your head, because it's your heart that's going to guide you from now on, actually more than our heads. And so as you connect through your heart, see if you can feel compassion for people that are looking out at life through different windows and seeing perhaps different realities. And have compassion for yourself also, for the reality that you are seeing, maybe for the heartache that you're experiencing, maybe for the anger that you're experiencing, knowing that this is the window you're looking through and this is truly what you're seeing. Acknowledge your reality and feel that compassion for yourself. And I think that as we go through this period, if we're able to experience that compassion for each other, it will make it easier for us to navigate the time when we are, in fact, so much apart in terms of physical distance, as we still stay apart from each other, but also mental and emotional experiences that we have, finding people that are very close to us, so much, in fact, apart from us. So I hope that you can find this connection with your heart and this connection with compassion for the time, for the planet, for the people, and for yourself. I thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please click like and subscribe. Click on the bell so you can be informed of the future postings that I make. And please leave a comment. It will really help me out to spread the word and make this video available to other people. And if you'd like to learn more about the work that I do, please visit my website, awakenedhypnosis.com. Send me a note and give me some ideas for the future videos so I can answer your questions and address the topics of interest to you. Thank you.